All right, everyone. Welcome to today's charting session. Tapos na naman na isang linggo, no? Ang bilis ng panahon talaga. Kamusta naman kayo? How are your trades? Did you have a good week? Did you have a so-so week? Did you have a bad week? Well, regardless, no? We shake it off, whether good or bad. We relax, we rest, and then we get ready for the next week. Okay? Sa mga hindi pa po nakakaalam, what we do here is we typically look at either yung mga trending names. Yung mga trending names list, usually sila yung mga issues na either malaki yung ginalaw, or whether that's to the upside or to the downside, or malaki yung value traded, or sila lang yung generally mas minamatahan ng mga tao, no? Also, tumatanggap din po tayo ng mga chart requests. So kung meron po kayong mga requests, please feel free to let me know in the comment section below. The same goes for questions, opinions, etc., etc. Okay? Also, I promise, and we've been doing this since last week, no? Nagha-highlight tayo ng stock for the week. And for this week, it was CNPF. So that's where we'll start with for today's charting session, no? I was watching this throughout the week thinking na maybe ito na yung linggo where it finally breaks out, moves to the upside, and thus itong parang yellow arrow like we discussed in the previous days, no? However, the only thing that happened this week was price push back down. We retested this trend line and so far it's holding. Okay? As I mentioned before, ang iniingatan ko sana ayoko makita ma-break tong low na to, tong yellow line, 25.9. Kasi kapag ganon, what's essentially formed, at least sa short term, is that's the high, low, lower high. So magdo-lower low siya. Yun sana ayoko makita. Yes, it's still gonna be trapped within this range. Okay, same thing, but I'm gonna be a bit more bearish na than bullish just because of it. Simply because of the way I personally trade. If you're a position trader, gusto nyo mag-ipon or whatever, syempre ibang usapan yun, no? But the way I approach the markets, it will alter the way that I personally view things. Pero that's just me. Okay? So, what will I be looking for dito sa CNPF as we move forward and mawawala na siya sa focus natin next week, no? First, I want to at least see price come back and retake tong high na to. So that's around 28.4, no? That's one thing. I want to see price come back and retake that and maybe start holding above it just so I can see na, okay, sige, hindi pa patay. Hindi pa siya babalik dito sa wider range at minimum. Kasi kapag bumalik siya doon, gugulo lahat eh. Okay, mag-iiba yung approach ko. So, baka matagalan ulit before I start looking for trades in this particular issue. The other thing that I want to see, of course, is ma-break nga to. If we can break 29.6, we can look for a possible retest to around that area there, see if we can bounce higher from there, and we can target 32.75 next. So 32.75 was simply a measured target lang, no, from this range to the next. Kasi nga, new high yon kung mag-push man tayo doon. But again, if we break below 25.9, I'm expecting na baka mabalikan natin yung support dito around 24 pesos more or less. Maybe magkaroon tayo ng hang up dito sa minor support na to, but I think baka mabalikan yung 24 sooner rather than later. And if 24 breaks, then that opens up this wider range beneath and mas magmumukhang delikado na siya moving forward. Okay? Next, tignan po natin yung ABS, which was a requested stock, no? So, I think I know bakit siya requested kasi nga nagkaroon tayo ng bounce. Parang price came down into this previous area of consolidation. Then, nag-bounce tayo from there, essentially filling this gap that was left behind. Okay? However, as far as I know, again, I could be wrong, and if I am, please let me know in the comment section. Wala naman nagbago fundamentally doon sa nangyari sa kanya. Yung frequencies, walang nagbago. Ganon pa rin naman eh. It still went to who it went to, no? Now, there's talk na, baka ipaupa or whatever, baka magkaroon ng agreement, but yes, that's something speculative that we can look into, pero wala pa rin po siyang kasiguraduhan. So, since wala pang kasiguraduhan, then we can't use that to hang our trade ideas on, especially if you're looking to trade longer term. And I assume na if you are looking for ganon, mga changes in fundamental drivers, that you are looking to trade longer term. Diba? For short to mid-term trades, again, you could have traded the bounce here, but personally, I didn't kasi wala eh. Ang pangit talaga ng itsura ng chart niya eh. It wasn't a battle I wanted to fight, kumbaga. So now, what did happen? We went down, again, touched this previous area of consolidation, bounce. Nandito tayo sa previous area of consolidation na to, slash gap. So what we want to see from here, kung bullish pa rin, then we want price to retake tong 13.6 na area. Bakit 13.6? Kasi prior to yung bad news, okay? Ito yung nag-a-act as support, resistance, 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 support, support, diba? Support, resistance, and so on. So I feel na overall, it's a key area that I want price to retake. And if price can retake it, mag-open up tong range na to pabalik dito sa 15 pesos. And if we can reclaim 15, then that opens up the range above all the way hanggang 16.36. But until then, personally, I likely won't touch this muna, no? Okay? Guys, pasensya na kung may narinig yung background noise. Nag-iingay yung pusa ko eh. Pasensya na kayo. Okay? So that's ABS, no? Moving on, let's check SHLPH. So SHLPH was also a requested chart. Ever since na nag-run up tayo to form this high here that took out these highs, diba? Nag-collapse tayo, tested this area of consolidation here, diba? Diyan tayo nauntog, pushed down, formed another brief area of consolidation here that hasn't been retested prior to price falling down. So ngayon, price has come back into this area of consolidation from before, no? So it's stuck there. So pagka ganon, I always go back to my map. So if price falls beneath 18.34, then my expectation is the next level of support will either be 18 or 17.5, or I think mas safe na sabihin itong area na to. Okay? If mabasag natin tong 20 pesos na resistance, then we're looking at mag-open up tong range papuntang 21. And if ma-break yung 21, we just need to remind ourselves may gap fill pa na kailangan maganap dito and dito. And even if maganap yan at mangyari, pwede pa rin tayo mauntog sa white zone na to. Similar sa nangyari dito. Okay? Now, does that mean na dapat, hindi, super bearish, kailangan daw mag-ingat sa ganito? Hindi, no? Again, all we're doing in these charting sessions is mapping out scenarios para handa tayo sa kahit anumang mangyari. Na if mag-trigger ang A, alam ko ang gagawin ko. If mag-trigger ang B, alam ko ang gagawin ko. If mag-trigger ang C, alam ko ang gagawin ko. And so on. Okay? And that's pretty much all I can say about SHLPH. No? It's ranging right now. For me, again, I just said na hindi ko naman sinasabi bearish. Pero yes, it is kind of bearish. It ate up the entire move up. So, maybe hold off muna. Okay? Wait until maging mas definitive yung chart before we consider taking any trades. Next, tignan natin yung ACEX. No? So, a lot of people have been excited about this kasi it's been moving back up. It broke above this area na inflection point, one of my favorites, diba? Na it acted as support, acted as resistance. We have broken above it. Pero ganun din. It could very well run up tapos mauntog tayo dito sa area of consolidation na to. Diba nagkaroon tayo ng brief consolidation tapos na halt yung ACEX. Then when we resume trading, naglagapak na siya. Therefore, it's safe to say na malamang maraming naipit dito. So if price was to come back up there, the likelihood na some of these people na naipit would decide to go out para makalabas ng quote-unquote buhay, I think most of you would agree na medyo mataas, di ba? So, for me, personally, I would want to see price clear yung highs para lang malinis. Kasi ayaw akong matrap kung saan natrap yung ibang tao before. Because I know na a lot of people will tend to want to exit para lang masabi na, hindi ako nawalan ng pera, ang galing ko. Di ba? Now, as you guys knew, I was looking for price to come back sana dito sa white zone pero binitin ako, no? Twice. Nag-form tayo ng double bottom prior to price pushing up. So if you want to range trade this, what I would be looking out for is a pullback dito sa 34.5 na area up to a possible gap fill. See if that holds for a possible swing to the upside para labanan to. Kung mag-pullback. Syempre, everyone's favorite, pwede rin naman, mali ako. Lagi ko naman inaamin yon. we could just break out, trade through this, wala man lang harang-harang breakout, edi good. Lahat po na nakabili, congratulations, di ba? So, ang ayaw kong makita is for price to come back down here, take out this double bottom, and then find ourselves trapped na dito sa white range. Kasi ngayon, mas tataas na yung probability that that happens. Meaning, I wouldn't be looking for opportunities to buy if price came back here. Kasi it's always possible na mag-breakdown tayo dito, test this, hold, tapos wala, trap na tayo dito sa range na to from before. Okay? If mabasag yung 26.95 from there, then that opens up this range from 23.95 to 26.95. So again, for me, personally, I would be more prudent, I would be more patient, but I can see why there's a trade to be had in this particular issue. I'm just saying na baka may mas madaling i-trade overall. Okay? And then finally, let's take a quick look at AP, no? So tong AP, nasa trending list, broke up off this previous level of resistance. Okay, so itong level of resistance na yan, dito yan galing sa high na to. So nagkaroon tayo ng swing high prior to falling, di ba? Tapos from there, tuloy-tuloy na tayo eh. So hindi naagulat na kumbaga, hanap tayo ng konting resistance along the way. In fact, we broke slightly above it. So from there, ano yung tinitingnan natin from a purely technical standpoint? For me, the next key level na pwede niyang abutin will be itong 38.05 na area. Bakit yan? Kasi again, inflection point. Acted as support, resistance, and so on, no? So di ako magugulat na once we broke out from here, which we did, either we come back and mag-retest tayo, perhaps coming back dito sa area na to, retest, move higher, or possible din na mag-console lang tayo dito. Then from there, let's see if we can move dito sa next level of resistance. Kung mabasag natin yung 38.05, then 40.4 yung next level na tinitingnan natin dito sa AP. However, if sabihin natin, nag-breakout, tapos false breakout pala, mag-collapse, bawiin, bumalik tayo beneath 34, then what that could lead to is either a potential head and shoulders pattern na mag-form dito, or maaaring bumalik yung price dito, tapos mag-range lang tayo between 32 and 34 while the market decides what it wants to do. Kung mangyari man yon, we're looking at if mabasag tong 32, that opens up the wider range. If it holds, we could push higher, and then we can observe again from there ano na itsura ng structure and what could potentially happen next. Okay? So guys, dito po nagtatapos yung video natin, no? I hope nakatulong po to sa inyo, and I hope may natutunan kayo kahit papaano. And as always guys, maraming salamat po sa panonood. I really appreciate it. Good luck and happy trading!